Hello everybody, I'm Henry. Now I'm back from class to finish up this demo painting I did today in the Chinese brush painting class after Master Guo Xi of the Northern Song Dynasty. This is a quick demo actually. I did less than an hour. We did a study of a rock first, and then I did a complete composition. Just show the class how the landscape is formed in terms of composition, proportion, kind of approaches in Chinese landscape. Anyway, this painting is done in blue and green landscape style, which is different from the original. I'm going to sign that later with a tribute to Master Guo Xi. And now I'm going to mount the painting. Okay, yeah, I did prepare this silicone paper first onto a sheet of backing paper. It's a plain paper. We call it backing paper because it's supposed to be permanent on the back of the painting. And it comes in two sides. I usually use the rough side. You can also use the shiny side. It doesn't make that much difference. Just the touching when you hold it, it could be a little different. So I activate the silicone film with the iron set on silk or silk. Silk is lower than wool or cotton. The backing paper could be thicker, easier. The thicker, the easier. But since I'm going to maybe mail it to someone, so I want to keep it rollable. And that's why I use a very thin backing this time. And after it cooled down a little bit, you can see there's some extra silicone sticking on this cloth. I used 4 layers of denim you get from fabric stores. Don't use felt because if you got stick adhesive on the felt, it will be impossible to remove. On this kind of cloth, you just rub it off. Now it's prepared for the painting. If the painting comes with a wrinkle, you can iron it first. But they're very minor ones here. I don't want to, I can skip that step. So you simply put this back on, and usually the curved part is the one on against the anti-sticking. So you better remember that when you peel it off, it's usually cooled this way. You cannot really tell by touching, because sometimes if there's extra margin, this piece of paper may stick on and seal the painting inside. You have to cut it off to remove this piece. You can also use a parchment paper. It's anti-sticking and works very well with this process. And I start from the center by setting the center in a cursive circular movement, and then I expand to the margin sideways gradually. It goes all the way out eventually, but at this point, just to avoid touching the thickness of the edge for now. Just try to stay within the paper, but you need to go beyond that. Just make sure that all the edges are covered. Actually, just use the heat. If you don't press too hard, just guiding on it is enough to activate the film with the heat. And you can check the situation. If there's any wrinkle, you can spray a little moisture and continue to iron until it's completely flat. You can see that's what I mean with this piece of paper. You can remove it. So that's done. And the best part of silicone dry mounting is that it does not change the absorbency. And you can still paint on it. Now I'm going to write the inscription. So and the seal, so I don't need to worry about staining the painting or smearing if you spray water, you know. And I just use ink cake here. I'm going to write simple one, I think. So this part is what I think we need to have something that was originally an inscription by Qianlong Emperor, a poem. So I'm going to write just like that, just like additional peaks, but not too high. So maybe a little bit lower than that main peak. Extension of this will be fine, right? And the seal goes. You can put it on the side if you want. Emperor usually writes in the middle of the painting, very intrusively, but artists normally don't do. The original signature in the masterpiece is here, I think, hidden on the rock. So just up and down, maybe. It's a picture of painting. Well, you don't have to write the picture of painting because I own a lot of room. Just early spring, that's the title. And this is not actually early spring, it's a late spring, but this painting is still depicting that feel. So just write the year. This is the dragon. And you can write mimic Guo Xi if you like. Depends on how many words I can write. Maybe I just keep it simple, just write my name. And you can mimic this format. There's a year and for name. Usually it's smaller than the title. And the seal. This is the last name. I can put on the side, I think, or lower, maybe a little bit lower, because that creates and that completes the painting. The red stem actually add a contrast to the green and the blues, and so it's a finishing touch with the inscription, if you like to write early spring, the year of dragon, and your name would be good. You can also write on that side. I also did that before on my earlier copies 5 years ago, I think, or 2018, 6 years ago. That's all for this class, and hope you enjoy the practice and send me your finished work for critique. Bye-bye.